movies and games and TV shows, the Cinemaniacs podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Cinemaniacs podcast, where we talk movies, games, and TV shows. And today, as always, you're joined by Maceo and
Matthew.
And we're going to jump right into it.
Let's get it.
So, to start us off here, Arcane. Did you watch Arcane?
I have not.
You've not watched the League of Legends show Arcane?
No.
It's the only thing League of Legends has ever produced that's good.
I have heard good things, obviously.
Yeah. It's very good. Very good show. And they just announced that season 2 will be coming out in winter of 2024. So, very exciting right there. I'm very excited to see that.
Netflix is actually making a season 2 of a good show.
I know. It's kind of crazy.
It's a rarity, for sure.
Definite rarity. Yeah, but I'm very excited for that. Season 1 was very exciting, very unexpectedly great. So very excited for that.
Gotta watch that one for sure.
For sure. The Killer. David Fincher's The Killer. We got our first teaser for it. What are your thoughts?
Looked pretty good.
It does look pretty good.
I don't know. It definitely has there were some scenes that in the little teaser or whatever, I was like, oh, that definitely looks like a Fincher movie, kind of scene like that.
Yeah.
Like with a certain kind of filter on it. There's a certain filter on it that he showed in like The Social Network and stuff like that, and even Seven, I think, a little bit. That kind of like yellowy, like dewy green kind of
kind of gross
filter, yeah.
Kind of gross green kind of color, yeah.
But it looks like it's gonna be good, honestly.
It does. Michael Fassbender.
I
mean, I don't know the rest of the cast. Isn't Vanessa Kirby in it, or was that something else? I think I might be thinking of something else.
It might be something else. I know that Tilda Swinton is gonna be.
Yes,
in that
Tilda Swinton is in it. Yeah.
So.
But the trailer made it look really good.
I'm
just hyping it up. The execution is everything.
Yeah.
I love that. Love that tagline.
Awesome.
And another movie that we're also looking forward to is Killers of the Flower Moon. We got our first posters for it.
Yes.
These are some. These look like some classic Scorsese posters.
Yeah.
With the big Leo face.
Yeah, big Leo face.
And then we get the other one that's Lily Gladstone and Leonardo
I like
together.
this one a little bit more, I think.
I do too. This one's a little more put together.
But they both give me kind of like, I don't know, like early 2000s or like 90s kind of Western drama kind of vibe from the poster.
That's a very good way to describe that, yeah.
And I mean, it's Martin Scorsese, you know.
Yeah.
Leo, Robert De Niro, you know.
We're in for something good.
Yeah.
A very long, good movie, probably.
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to be long.
Like 3 hours and 40 minutes. Like, come on, jeez. Wow.
And this one's with Apple instead of Netflix.
Yeah. Scorsese's moving over. He's moving over to the streaming side.
So his previous one was obviously The Irishman, which was a very long movie on Netflix.
Yeah.
And then now his next feature film is Killers of the Flower Moon, which is going to be a very long movie on Apple TV.
An even longer movie on Apple TV, yeah.
It's not going to go straight to Apple TV, but eventually it will be on Apple TV. And, you know, that's crazy, kind of.
It is.
Scorsese, though, it's kind of cool that he's, like, campaigning, like, one of the biggest directors, probably the biggest, like, named director still alive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's, like, putting out very long, big, you know, probably high-budget films that he wants to do, like passionate projects that he wants to do and stuff with actors that he, like, really likes and stuff.
Right.
And I don't know. I think it's pretty cool that he's, like, teaming up with, like, the streaming services and stuff like that. And kind of using their money and shit like that.
It is kind of funny because he's one of these directors that are, you know, the theater. Go see it in the theater, you know? And then, you know, kind of all his stuff recently has been going straight to the... I mean, it's going to theaters, but not for very long, you know? It's like theaters for a week and then straight to streaming.
I think this one specifically is a month, I want to say. Which, by the way, that's another thing we have to say. David Fincher's film, The Killer, that is also a Netflix movie.
Oh,
as well.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's gonna come out in. It's same thing with Killers of the Flower Moon. It's gonna come out in Netflix like about a month before it releases. It's gonna be put on Netflix in November. And
Okay.
It releases in October in theaters.
Okay.
This one I think is October.
Yeah.
Same deal. I think October in theaters.
November
in streaming.
Wow.
I didn't realize that they came out in the same month.
Cool.
So Killers of the Flower Moon and The Killer coming
Yeah.
out pretty soon.
Back to back, David Fincher and Scorsese back to back.
Same month. Yeah,
that's wild.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Well, we also got what I think is pretty interesting, a movie called The Bike Riders.
Oh yeah, I heard some stuff
Yeah.
about this one.
We got our first image. It's Austin Butler on a motorcycle driving down a bridge.
Nice.
And the movie's starring Austin Butler, Tom Hardy, and Jodie Comer.
Yeah.
Some 3 great names
And
there.
I heard that people have been praising Jodie Comer's performance in this movie specifically or something like that as well.
Okay.
So
I'm interested to see her do some...
is it like a full black and white kind of bikers movie?
It could be. I mean,
That's
based on
kinda
this image
hard.
alone, yeah.
That's kind of hard if it is. you
Yeah,
know?
it is kind of hard. Very interested in what this movie will be. Austin Butler deserves all the all the performances.
And Tom Hardy and stuff. That's
Oh yeah, all 3 of them do, but specifically him because he's so new on the scene with he was in Disney Channel and stuff or I think Nickelodeon, but he did Elvis and he just deserves all this praise that he's getting, So it's awesome. But then getting help from, I guess, with Tom Hardy and Jodie Comer at the same time. Very, very interesting stuff. This is a little bit of I thought this was kind of interesting, but Ethan Hawke. Apparently, I didn't know this. Ethan Hawke is doing his own first directorial debut film called Wildcat, and it is starring Maya Hawke, his daughter.
Yeah.
And this is what he had to say about it. He said, "You don't have to ask me anymore or bring it up. Yes, I'm a Nepo father, and yes, I'm proud to be working with my daughter." What's interesting to me is how people have a problem with, when a person has talent just because their parents are famous. If the person has talent, I think it's warranted that they should get their praise and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maya Hawke is an incredible actress,
Yeah.
and she don't care that she's starring in her father's first directorial debut. That's awesome.
She probably wanted to,
Yeah.
It's not like a thing where oh yeah, I'm gonna do this to boost your popularity, man, and get you out there. No, it probably was more like, Ethan Hawke actually wanted to make a his first directorial debut, and his daughter wanted to be a part of it.
Right. Like it's as simple as that.
He wanted her to be a part of it, and she agreed as well and wanted to be.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't see the problem.
I don't either. I just it's this idea of Nepo babies,
Yeah.
It's there are some out there that are famous because they are part of a family, a famous family. But then there's things like this, Maya Hawke, and it's just she's talented. She's just as talented as her mother and father. She should get the praise that she gets, not because she is their daughter, but because she is just as talented as them,
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm very interested in this Wildcat, directed by Ethan Hawke and starring Maya Hawke, his daughter. Very interested in that. And then the last bit of news that I had, Mario. We got our first. This is some gaming news. We got our first big Nintendo Direct for Super Mario Wonder. Now, this will be the first game not starring Charles Martinet as Mario, or Luigi for that matter. So people have noticed that every single character says "Wowie Zowie," and it's a funny it's something new that Mario is saying is "Wowie Zowie." So it's very very cute little new line of dialogue there. But there is a noticeable difference in the voice that I've noticed. So it's going to be pretty interesting. But the game itself, oh my god, I can't wait.
Yeah, man. It's fun.
It's so basically what it looks like it's doing is combining a lot of pretty much every element from like RPG Mario games, 3D Mario games, and 2D Mario games to create an actually new, Super Mario Bros. 2D game. Very excited. The characters, I believe it's 12 characters that you can play as. And that's it's Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yellow Toad, Blue Toad, Daisy, Yoshi, Blue Yoshi, Yellow Yoshi, Red Yoshi, and Nabbit, and Toadette. So yeah, 12. I'm really excited for this. The art style is beautiful. The character lineup is incredible. The power-ups, the Elephant Mario. You can ride a Yoshi as Elephant Mario. And somebody that I work with made a joke the other day that you could, it'd be funny if you could ride a Yoshi as Yoshi, and you can. You can? That's so awesome. That's so awesome. I can't wait for this game. I can't wait. But that's the news that I had this week. For our movies, games, and TV news. What did you have?
Cannot wait for a Super Mario Wonder for sure.
Yeah.
Following off the little video game news. For anybody who's played or heard of the video game franchise Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
It's basically, the first one is a little different, but the second game is essentially GTA, but cowboys.
Yeah, we're like Wild West. Yeah.
And Red Dead Redemption 3 is officially confirmed to be in the works.
Wow.
As well. And by the way, the campaign is of the second one. I haven't played yet, but it's a highly regarded campaign. It's got a lot of people really like the protagonist and the entire storyline, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I played the online, though, and I thought the online was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
I haven't played too much of Red Dead 2, but I do know, it's highly regarded as having one of the greatest storylines or campaigns in a video game ever.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can't believe I haven't played through it, but yeah.
I wouldn't expect 3 any time soon, though. I would say, it depends, because I know it's not as big. It's not going to be as big as GTA 6, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I still doubt that they release it before GTA 6.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they probably wait until after GTA 6, probably.
Yeah, because at this point, yeah.
But anyways, moving on to some Nintendo kind of news.
Mm-hmm.
We got some details possibly that have leaked about the Switch 2 that is rumored to be coming out later next year.
Okay.
And I think fall or maybe just holidays of next year. I think might be when it was leaked. It apparently is going to have backwards compatibility as a major kind of feature.
Okay.
About it. So they're focusing on that, kind of listening to the fans, I guess.
It's very good.
There's going to be a new cartridge format.
Okay.
A new camera.
Okay. All right.
And this one's a little specific, but it says that the Final Fantasy VII Remake game runs like a PS5 game.
Interesting.
On this Switch 2. So it has that kind of power, and that the loading screens and stuff took little to no time at all.
That's very interesting because Nintendo is notorious for using ancient technology to render their games. I mean, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are games that should be played on something like the PS5. Yeah. But the Switch, it just doesn't have the power to run them as well as it could. Yeah. And so, I mean, this is surprising if they are really upgrading their software, their power,
general, you know.
That's a huge step for the Nintendo, but I mean, I don't know. For years, they've been using the same stuff since the first Mario Bros. Game, you know? It's like, not really, but almost.
It's also like, how powerful can a handheld, like, get?
Yeah.
Until it's, like, blocky, you know?
Right.
Stuff like that, you know?
I feel like it shouldn't be, now it shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that they're going to fully go back to console at all. I think, especially if it's Switch 2, it's definitely going to be like an upgraded format of like the half handheld, half console kind of thing that they like with the Switch. I feel like. The
It's
more
perfect.
powerful part will probably be the playing it like a console kind of part. I
Right.
feel like
Right.
the handheld obviously will be like, better.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that the main way to upgrade it would probably be through like the actual
Yeah.
console kind of part or whatever.
Right. It is crazy that people are like campaigning for a new console already, and I feel like
Yeah.
the Switch has only been out
That-
for, I guess it's been out for 6 years now, but still, I mean,
It's already been made apparently. That's the thing. It's like
yeah,
it's already in testing and stuff like that. If they're having it come out like later next year
Right.
and they're already running games on it and stuff, they already got some of it together for sure.
yeah. I just don't call it the Switch 2. That's all.
Yeah.
Pray, don't call it that.
The Switch U.
No way. No, I think they learned their lesson with that. Probably Super Nintendo Switch or
Super Nintendo Switch.
yeah, they love their supers. So I mean,
Yeah. A Nintendo. So this one's a more switching over kind of to the movie kind of news as well, but this is also a video game thing as well. Gal Gadot is apparently circling to be rumored as the live action Samus in a possible Metroid Prime game.
oh no.
And it specifically said live action Metroid Prime, so I'm thinking like a live action kind of space
Like a
horror sci-fi kind of thing.
that could be so good, but casting Gal would be the wrong move.
I think so as well.
I mean, I've stated my opinion many times on what I think of Gal Gadot. She can be a fine actress when she's really trying, but when she's just on screen, she just doesn't do that great of a job.
I don't know. I honestly just don't like her in almost anything I've watched her in.
Yeah, I mean, like she has moments. I'd say, like in the first Wonder Woman movie, I'd say
Yeah,
she's
I
pretty
get-
good.
yeah.
But that's probably the best performance she's ever given, and it's still like,
My problem with her, she feels so monotone and like
Yeah.
emotionless almost,
Yeah,
I feel like I don't get anything out of her performance in that sense.
that's a very common thing that I've noticed too. Is she's very one note. She doesn't convey any emotion when she's speaking or
Yeah.
diction,
Yeah.
And I mean, Kal-El, no,
Yeah.
it's like that line sucks, and that's when she like is yelling,
Yeah.
She's just, and Samus is, I don't know, the whole thing around Samus was that, and this doesn't have to do with race or anything. It really doesn't, because whatever, the whole point of Samus anyways was to be like, oh, it's a girl,
Yeah.
It was like when the first few Metroid games came out, or I think maybe the first or second or something, it was just a 2D. She had the helmet on the entire time, and everyone thought it was a dude,
Yeah.
And then in a more recent game, I would say recent, but more like the early 2000s, she takes her helmet off and it's revealed it's a woman. Whoa, it's a woman. So like the whole appeal behind Samus is that she was not known to be female until she was,
Yeah.
And I don't know, get an exciting actress to play a character that was supposed to be like an exciting, like, oh, it's a woman. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. And I didn't know, because it's just an exciting character, and it didn't matter who's underneath,
Yeah.
And they're gonna make it Gal Gadot, and she's gonna have her helmet off the entire time, so they can have, it's like the
Yeah.
Gal Gadot money shots.
True. Anyways, Barbie.
Yes,
Barbie's the highest grossing movie of 2023.
it surpassed Mario Brothers.
Yes, it is at $1.36 billion, and Mario's at 1.35.
That's so crazy.
So it just passed it.
Yeah.
And it's obviously still raking in more and stuff like
Yeah.
that as well. Probably definitely going to surpass 1.4,
Yep. Yeah, it's on its way.
maybe 1.5 even.
It's very possible.
But fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and
know?
it's going to IMAX.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
and it's
still
going to
has
IMAX, yeah.
time to make even more.
I saw something recently that said the domestically, so in the U.S., the summer total box office grossed over like $4 billion total, I think.
Wow.
In movies. So a lot of people were saying movies are dead and stuff, but hey, in the
I
U.S.,
think so.
in the U.S. this summer, people were showing out.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, people will always say like, "Oh, the future is, this is going to change in the future. Our jobs are going to be taken by robots."
Yeah.
I don't think like anything that's ever been said like that is ever going to be true because cinema's dying. No, it's not. People love movie theaters and going to the movies.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that you are, or like a lot of people sit down and watch movies at home all the time and streaming service movies, and movies are coming out on streaming services. When people put movies in theaters, people will go see them.
Yeah.
It's fun. People love going to see movies in movie theaters. I don't think cinema is dying. I don't think it ever left. I think the only reason people are saying that is because of COVID and we weren't allowed to go anywhere, so cinema's dead,
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, we can make movies again. We could put stuff back in the theater.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
So Oppenheimer as well has surpassed Guardians 3 and is now the third highest grossing movie of the year. So
Wow.
Barbie and Oppenheimer both got in the top 3 there for 2023.
Nice.
Oppenheimer's at $850 million globally, and most definitely probably going to surpass the $900 million mark.
Yeah.
$1 billion is still kind of who knows at this point, but
Yeah.
900 is probably for sure they're passing that.
Yeah.
So great stuff there from a 3-hour long,
Yeah, biopic about a war.
considerably a boring movie to most people and stuff like that.
Says Logan Paul. I walked out at the first 10 minutes. Too much of talking.
Too much of this.
Too much of this. That's
Too
so
much of
dumb. That's so dumb.
I just hate the way they said it too.
Yeah. Too much speaking and dialogue like a movie should have.
So I didn't watch this trailer, but I wanted to speak on it a little bit from just the actors and stuff. Let it get out there and stuff. There's this trailer for a movie called Saltburn. I think comes out this year, starring Jacob Elordi from Euphoria and stuff, and Barry Keoghan.
Okay.
And I didn't see the trailer, but those
That
two
movie.
actors interest me and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd just throw that out there and stuff like that.
Interesting.
There was also the first trailer for Michael Mann's Ferrari movie that comes out this year.
Yeah.
Starring Adam Driver.
Yes.
It looked interesting. You know, I think I heard that it's gonna be like near the 3-hour mark as well, or like the 2-hour and 40-minute mark. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, reviews
If
that
it's
I've
good,
seen.
it's good. Obviously,
Right. Reviews that I've seen have been kind of iffy. A lot
Yeah.
of 2.5, 3 stars.
I hope
mean,
it's
three's
not.
not bad.
I hope it's not another House of Gucci
It
for
kinda-
Adam Driver.
That's kind of the sense that I've been getting is like it seems like it's gonna be pretty good, and then it's probably a House of
Yeah.
Gucci moment, you know?
Yorgos Lanthimos, his next film, Poor
Yeah.
Things, which very excited about. This movie has gotten a bunch of really good reviews recently.
Yeah, Emma Stone specifically being called out.
I've heard a lot of people say it's a very big it's another very good and creative woman and like a very well done woman empowerment kind of movie and stuff like that.
Okay.
Kind of similar to Barbie. People have been comparing it to Barbie.
Okay.
And I've seen a lot of 5 stars on Letterboxd
Yeah.
reviews and a lot of high % on the Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. Very excited to see this movie for sure. With Emma Stone, Mark Ruffalo, Willem Dafoe, and
Dude, Willem looks crazy.
yeah.
He's got the messed up face.
Bro, that's Yorgos Lanthimos though. He does crazy stuff, bro. He made The Lobster, bro, where
Yeah, I've
people
yet
were
to see
turning into the animals. Bro, that stuff was crazy. But the final runtime of the movie is 2 hours and 21 minutes.
that. Nice.
And this movie's actually a Disney movie.
Oh, because is it Fox? Technically?
I
Or
think
is
so,
it-
yeah. But I know that it has the Disney logo. And I think it might even be coming to Disney Plus, possibly.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, very interesting there.
Yeah, it's funny because when that trailer first came out, I was like, this looks interesting, but this probably won't get that much traction. But
Yeah.
I've seen a whole bunch of stuff for it.
Yeah. Emma Stone, man.
Yeah.
So we got some Ridley Scott Napoleon news.
Okay.
He says that he has a fantastic 4.5-hour cut of Napoleon that he'd love to release alongside like the regular release, like
Right.
the regular feature
Right.
of the movie. And it's basically it's basically detailing Josephine's life, which Josephine's like his the love or whatever, Vanessa Kirby's character and stuff like that. It's basically detailing her life more before she met Napoleon and stuff like that.
Okay.
In that 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
And if you kind of think about it, you really could break apart these and have two separate movies. One about Josephine and one about like Napoleon.
That's wild.
Because 4.5 hours, that's a lot of time you could have to split apart for two different movies and stuff like that instead of making a 4.5-hour cut. But Ridley Scott, he loves his like director cuts that are 3+ hours long and stuff like that. He's probably gonna end up doing this, I imagine.
It'll probably end up happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
4.5 hours though. It's
gonna need an intermission.
Oh, dude, yeah. I'm gonna need like 3 intermissions or something.
Yeah.
Bro, 4.5 hours, bro. That's great. Almost 5 hours on a movie.
Yeah.
That's not like Lord of the Rings. It is.
How long is a Snyder cut? Isn't that like 4?
Is it 4?
I know
I thought
it's over 4 a little bit.
Oh, damn. I thought it was like 3.5 or something like that.
I'm pretty sure it's
4?
4 at least. I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
I never watched it fully.
I haven't either. Let's see.
I put it on one night and I fell asleep.
It's 4 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got like 40 minutes into it and I think I fell asleep.
I think I watched the first part, the first like episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is just Justice League. I already watched this.
But okay, so there was this other interesting movie trailer that dropped this week that I wanted to talk about called The Book of Clarence. And it's starring Lakeith Stanfield.
Mm-hmm.
And it's they're basically in Jerusalem from what I gathered, and while it's still under like Roman control and stuff like that during like the time like when Jesus was doing like his like miracles and stuff.
Yeah.
And Lakeith plays this like other like prophet kind of or Messiah.
Yeah.
That kind of comes up named Clarence and stuff like that. And it looks interesting. The cast, I mean, Lakeith Stanfield, Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things.
Right.
James McAvoy from multiple things.
From everything, yeah.
And Benedict Cumberbatch from a lot of stuff as well. And that's going to be January 12th, so that's going to be one of the first kind of movies of 2024 as well.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I saw that trailer. The tone is a little strange. I can't tell if it's trying to be comedic
Comedy
or serious.
Or kind of serious, yeah.
Or maybe that's the thing, is that it's like taking itself serious while saying like obviously comedic things.
Yeah.
But the story itself is kind of interesting, of this guy being like, nah, I'm the Messiah.
I'm the Messiah. Follow me.
Yeah, literally, it seems like the story is straight up him being like, Jesus is the Messiah? Nah, I'm the Messiah.
And I didn't really see Benedict Cumberbatch's character, but I know they showed James McAvoy's character, and he's like a Roman like captain or something like that. And
made him look beefy.
He does look very beefy and stuff like that, and that little like Roman.
He looked like Russell Crowe.
Actually, yeah. But that should be an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, definitely have to check that out.
And then I got another interesting movie. This one doesn't have a trailer or anything, but official like announced that it will be in the works eventually and stuff. Pedro Pascal and Chris Hemsworth in a movie together.
I did, yeah.
Crime 101. It's based on some crime based novel and stuff like that. And it's being compared to like Heat in 1995 from Michael Mann.
Yeah.
The kind of high intensity crime shootout stuff like that.
Right.
With a a jewel heist on top of it and stuff like that. So with Pedro Pascal and Chris Hemsworth, I'm guessing starring opposite of each other. I believe Chris Hemsworth being the cop kind of side, and Pedro Pascal being the criminal kind of side or whatever, you know.
I don't see them making Chris Hemsworth the criminal, to be honest.
But yeah. Crime 101 is the title, I guess. I'm not too big a fan of the title. Crime. I don't know if that's like the name of the book or whatever, but
if I had to guess, it's probably the name of the book, but the title is very Disney Channel.
Yeah.
It's Crime 101.
It kind of feels like it would be like, oh yeah, we're like Heat, but we're not.
Yeah. Yeah. I can sense the like if somebody like a Disney Channel version of this called Crime 101, it's like, my family is the most well-known criminal family in the entire world, and I'm here to prove myself. It's like real corny.
No, but that'll be interesting. I know we like, we're fans of Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Fans of Chris Hemsworth. Definitely we'll have to check that out for sure.
Yeah. Interesting pairing.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
Not a pairing I would have really ever thought of.
Would have guessed, yeah.
Both very funny people and great actors.
I kind of feel like it might end up being like a comedy crime kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll probably have some
instead of being like actually like Heat, serious.
Right. Right.
Stuff. But that was my movie, games, and TV news.
Nice. Well, comic book movie news was very light but pretty interesting.
For sure.
First off, The Marvels. The Marvels has an official runtime of 1 hour and 38 minutes, making it the shortest MCU movie to date.
Yes.
I think the one right before it is the first Thor movie, which is, I think, about an hour 49 minutes, something like that. But
people have been real worried about this as well. I've seen like reactions and stuff, and people haven't really been reacting that good to it. It seems like
I feel like this is perfect. I mean, it's not a movie I'm very excited for, but I do think will be a fine watch.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's trying to overstay its welcome, but at the same time, it is like, okay, but that's pretty short, you know. But I don't know if it tells its story in that runtime. I'll tell you this, it'll definitely feel good if the movie is like not good.
Yeah.
But it was like an hour and 30 minutes, you know? So it'll then be like, well, at least I didn't waste my entire time, my whole bunch of time, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'll be fine. I think the runtime's fine. I think it'll use it pretty well.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah. This one, so this next piece of news has started off a little differently. It has been rumored that there will be various amounts of different versions of Deadpool in Deadpool 3.
Yes.
And one of the ones that is so far the most likely to happen is Kidpool. And there was a Twitter post, and it said Walker Scobell, who plays young Ryan Reynolds in the Adam Project. Yeah. And Ryan Reynolds liked this post. He basically said
he fueled the fire. You know?
Yeah, he said, I like this. This is going to happen.
Yeah, this is likely.
Oh my gosh, Walker Scobell as Kidpool is perfect.
That's perfect, bro.
It doesn't make sense not to do that.
That is literally the perfect role. I mean, I want him as young Ryan Reynolds and everything.
Yeah, from now on. But this, Walker Scobell as Kidpool alongside Blake Lively as Lady Deadpool, and then Ryan.
Yeah, and then maybe throw in like another random kind of Deadpool,
like an actor
variant or something like that in there.
Give us a Robert De Niro Deadpool, actor who just does not fit Deadpool but is a variant somewhere. Yeah, very. I really hope this happens. This is a very intriguing one.
Awesome, right there. Yeah.
Yeah. On the other hand, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, House of Harkness.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, no. It's been retitled for a third time. It's called Agatha, The Darkhold Diaries.
The Darkhold Diaries.
I won't lie. It's probably the best name yet.
Probably,
Darkhold Diaries is way better than House of Harkness and Coven of Chaos. What is going on with this show? I mean,
I don't know.
it just doesn't feel like it knows what it wants to be
at all.
Yeah, based on the title alone.
And it was announced so early too. It was one of the earlier Disney Plus announced shows and stuff like that. Not like the WandaVision kind of group, but in terms of once those shows were out, these are what's coming in the future. That was one of the first ones.
It was, yeah, because they were everyone's gonna love Agatha.
Yeah.
For a day, and then
for a day, really.
I don't
know.
It's not looking too hot.
Yeah.
But we've also got, in light of that, we also have some delays. Some Disney Plus delays.
Yep. Get it.
Loki season 2, I believe, is still October 6th. I believe this did not change. Yeah, let's go. I believe this did not change. I think that's staying the same. What If season 2 is now coming out Christmas? Not a very exciting Christmas present, to be honest, but it's coming out Christmas. Yeah. Echo is coming out January 2024. X-Men 97, which is the reboot of the 90s X-Men animated show, the continuation of that technically, is coming out early 2024. Agatha Darkhold Diaries fall 2024. And we have 3 that are delayed indefinitely. One being the Wonder Man, what was said to be, I think, a special presentation.
Yeah.
Ironheart, which is crazy because that was supposed to come out right after Black Panther came out. And the worst one, Daredevil. No, Daredevil Born Again is unfortunately being delayed indefinitely, which really sucks because it's probably the one, besides Loki, it's the one that's the most exciting.
Yeah,
and
wow,
and
they're filming, right?
They are filming. Well, they were, because the strike is going on.
Oh yeah,
so right. they were filming, but this show was going on it was in its ready to go almost.
Yeah.
You know. Very upsetting, but who knows? It might come out and be actually, Daredevil's coming out 2024 still too, but I doubt it because of the strikes going on and stuff. So
definitely, man.
Probably
2025 and beyond.
Very, as upsetting as it is, it's probably going to end up being 2025, middle of 2025.
Especially with Echo coming out in January 2024. I think earliest I see Daredevil, my prediction would be maybe early 2025.
Yeah.
So they have Echo early 24, Daredevil early 25.
Yeah, that's probably a fair guess. And then, well, the last bit of news that I had was pretty interesting too. Was Dick Grayson is rumored to have a role in The Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson. Yeah. I think it's a little too early. What do you think? Do you think it's right on time?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Robin fits in that universe. I think
at least not yet.
I think he has to be. So I feel like he's gonna be young. At least that's
gonna be a baby.
At least that's what I'm picturing, a young Robin. But I feel like Nightwing kind of could fit the Batman atmosphere way more than
Robin.
Than Robin, you know.
I'm also curious because of how young Bruce is supposed to be. I'm curious if they go ahead and say that it's, instead of a son, it's a brother. If they make it a brother dynamic, but a younger brother, so it's still young Robin to where he is young enough to be adopted as a son.
Yeah,
but he is instead adopted maybe by Alfred into the Wayne family and is therefore the brotherly role to Bruce. I think that'd be a little interesting. As I don't know, as much as it is interesting to see the kind of father and son dynamic.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that in Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I think DC also might see, James Gunn might be we're doing this already. We're gonna do the Batman and Robin father and son dynamic in our movie coming out soon. You guys can do Robin too, but a brother type role.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty interesting. But yes, Robin does not fit as well as Nightwing does in this the Batman universe, the Matt Reeves Batman universe. But even so, I still think it's a little too early. I mean, we just met this Batman, and he like is barely ready to do anything. He's like barely taking care of himself. You know, he's not even really taking care of himself. He just learned how to be a hero in his movie. I don't know. He might need another movie to be the hero, you know, and then take on an apprentice. I don't know what. Yeah, I am excited for the Batman 2 though. Yeah, for sure.
Whatever they do, I'm sure it's going to be really good. And
stuff.
Yeah.
Clayface.
Clayface, yeah, he's confirmed.
Yeah, and I've heard that a lot of people say Brendan Fraser.
Ooh.
should be Clayface.
I like that.
Because this is not going to be like the Sandman Clayface. You know, he's not going to be like Clay. He's going to be kind of like Two-Face almost, or he's just got kind of disfigurations. Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting. Very interesting way to go about that for a real realistic.
I feel like that was definitely not the expected. Like I guess we don't know if Clayface is going to be the main villain or not. But despite if he is or not, he's definitely not, in my mind, the like prototypical villain. I would say that fits in the Batman universe.
Definitely not.
Know? He feels very like supernatural, but I don't mind that because maybe they're gonna start leaning into that real fast, you know?
Yeah.
Because it seemed like, I know with the Riddler, it felt like more like a pure kind of like crime, drama kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
But mystery, you know? But it feels like we could be going down the more power and supernatural route and stuff like that, which is fine. I mean, Batman has those villains and stuff there, obviously, a lot of them, and that would be definitely interesting to see what they do with them.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people want Mr. Freeze as well.
I think he would work. Again, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes.
Please.
Adding on to that, actually, swiftly, Giancarlo Esposito said that he was in talks with James Gunn about possibly starring in a DC movie before the strikes started happening and everything.
I didn't hear that specifically, but I did hear that he has said that he wants to play a superhero and not a villain. So I'm thinking Martian Manhunter.
Bro, that's actually a good one too.
I'm thinking a lot of people, I saw people say that, but some people were like, but he's too old. But I'm like, Martian Manhunter is like, does he really have to be a young guy?
I don't think so.
I mean, he's an alien. He's from Mars, you know.
And the voice would be like really good and stuff like that, you know.
Perfect. Would be perfect.
I like that.
I think that would be the best fit role for him. Yeah. Maybe an older Green Lantern or something.
Yeah.
Or Jon Stewart, an older Jon Stewart Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot you could do, but I think besides that though, there's a lot you could do with Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah. It's good that he's in the talks, so that's really cool that he's going, you know, thinking about going over there. And if he does end up playing, you know, maybe he does end up being like, oh, whatever, I'll play a villain.
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze in the Batman 2 would
be both.
So awesome.
He could be both. He could be Mr. Freeze in the Batman 2.
The Batman is Elseworld or whatever.
Yeah, it's like their multiverse.
Yeah.
And then he could play a hero in the main DCU.
Bro, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
that'd be so wicked.
I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love seeing Giancarlo be a villain, as good as amazing as he is as being a villain, I need to see him be good.
For sure.
I need that, like, you know, I just need to be happy to see him for once.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh, there's Gus, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But no, that's all the comic book news I had this week.
I just got one more bit of news, and it is that She-Hulk Attorney at Law Season 2 is reportedly in the works at Marvel Studios.
Okay. A lot of people are going to be upset by this, but I personally am not excited, but personally interested, very cautiously interested.
There were definitely things that I disliked about She-Hulk, right?
Yeah.
But there were definitely a lot of things that I liked, and that a lot of people definitely blew over proportion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed She-Hulk Season 1 and stuff like that a lot more than some of the other Disney Plus shows, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of excited for season 2 a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess. Like I said, there were some parts. Like I wasn't a big fan of Hulk's son. I wasn't a big fan of his design and everything. That was kind of really.
I'm not even a fan of his like introduction.
Yeah. It was kind of all like very Fast and Furious kind of
family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very much.
I like though I don't care. I like the like whole Kevin like the.
Oh, I love
robot
that.
stuff. That was awesome.
I love that. Yeah.
And all the Matt stuff was really awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. There
He
was a
drops
lot.
down from the sky.
There was lots of love in She-Hulk. I think there's a lot to dislike, but there's a lot to love.
I really agree. I really think that's true because I found myself enjoying it pretty much every time.
Yeah.
Even when we were doing stuff that I just didn't. I was like,
Like the twerking stuff, you know. It's
Yeah, like okay. But that's my problem is the people that are like, this isn't the character. That's out of character.
bro.
That's right in
Yeah,
character.
that's so in character.
That doesn't mean I necessarily like it,
Yeah.
but it is in character.
Yeah.
She's probably the most comic accurate portrayal so far.
That's
You
what
know?
I was gonna say. I think that the She-Hulk show might be the most like comic accurate MCU project.
Yeah.
Just in general, like in terms of how faithful it is to She-Hulk's character and stuff like that. It feels pretty 1-to-1.
It does. And I mean there's literally she rips out the page and like is like talking to the audience
Yeah.
about like and like talking right to the creator and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the ending of She-Hulk. It's just in film form.
Yeah.
I love that ending of She-Hulk, I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah.
I
bro.
really like the it doesn't feel lazy to me.
No.
The laziness behind it is when other shows came out after it and we noticed like that they were still doing like
Still
Secret
doing it,
Secret
yeah.
Invasion.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion feels like it was made to be a punchline to the punchline from She-Hulk. You know,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, you remember She-Hulk? Here's a show that is like basically what we were making fun of.
Yeah, just what we're making fun of, yeah.
Yeah, and it's also very strange that She-Hulk, which was, you know, very early on in Disney Plus's or like the Marvel Disney Plus stuff, that they were already critiquing. They were already like in a place where they were like, wow, there's already a formula and stuff for these
Yeah.
Disney Plus shows. And it was like, you were writing this show when you were making Disney Plus, probably. So it's kind of funny that they were doing that. But She-Hulk, I enjoyed She-Hulk more than Miss Marvel and What
Yeah.
If. So, yeah. But season 2, it definitely felt like the one that was going to get a season 2,
Yeah,
if any, got one.
for sure.
So I'm excited. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
Well then we can hop into there's only one review this week and it's Ahsoka episode 3.
Yep.
Did you catch it?
Yeah, I just watched it today, actually.
I did too. I've been watching Breaking Bad all week, so I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, yeah.
And that's how I've been feeling about the show so far is Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I forgot, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought episode 3 wasn't as bad as the previous 2, I guess.
Yeah.
It wasn't a whole lot better, but it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, it was the second half. I noticed I liked the second half of the episode more because like the first half of the episode, I was like, okay, let's get going.
Yeah.
And the second
Definitely
half
felt that.
happens when they're like really in this like speed or like they're like in a chase in the space, you
Yeah.
know, and they go the whales and
Yeah,
stuff.
the whale, on
The-
that planet and stuff.
Yeah,
And then outmaneuvering like the Merrick and the other
oh yeah.
girl and stuff like that. Yeah.
The visuals in general
Yeah.
in that specifically in that
the
scene was
whales and stuff. Yeah.
great.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. But that was exciting when she goes out and she fights in space. She's like on the ship.
I kind of wish that second half was more like 3/4 of the episode.
Yeah.
And that like, you know,
Yeah.
Sabine like Jedi stuff was more like the first 25% or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
This episode was kind of short too at the same time.
Yeah.
I think it was the shortest one so far.
37 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? I just don't get it. They always every single Disney Plus show starts with 50, you know, an hour long and then it just drops immediately.
Slowly gets down, yeah. And we're halfway done with Ahsoka too.
Well, I heard that there's 8 episodes.
8 episodes.
So
Okay.
I might have been incorrect in that last episode where we
Okay.
talked about it and there's 6, but there's actually 8 episodes.
Okay.
But it still stands. nothing has happened.
Yeah.
And there's 3 episodes.
Yeah, the next like I actually really at one point they were mentioning Thrawn and Ezra so much that I thought we were gonna see one of them in this episode. Like I thought they were gonna cut the Thrawn at some point. I was kind of like getting prepared for it or something.
Yeah.
And I thought they were just gonna cut to him and like kind of get stuff moving more.
Yeah.
Now that I know that there's 8, I'm really hoping that next episode, the halfway mark, is like, we're going to show Thrawn, we're going to show Ezra. Honestly, you could do it since they reference him so much, do it from the beginning next episode.
Yeah.
And have like the first half of the episode and make it, a good length episode, and then have like the first half of the episode be dedicated purely to whatever they're doing.
Yeah. Because, they keep talking about Thrawn, he's out there, he's back. And I'm like, as someone who's never seen Thrawn ever, other than in the trailer when we get that glimpse of him or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, can I see the bad guy now? I'd like to see the villain of the show, please. He's not a surprise.
It's going to be interesting because he's not like a Sith,
Yeah.
He's a mastermind.
Yeah.
He's like a political and like military mastermind kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he's not like a prototypical like dangerous villain, I guess.
Yeah. It is exciting. I'm happy to see a new kind of villain in Star Wars because I'm pretty sure all the movies is just Sith,
Yeah.
It's just, and besides the fact that there are politics involved with every single movie.
Yeah.
This I think is the first time it'll be like a non.
He's not like a physical threat.
Yeah. Because even Moff Gideon is a lightsaber wielding fighter. He's
Beskar armor and stuff. Yeah.
But this is a different kind of threat.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting, and I would love to see it.
He literally just wears an Imperial like officer uniform.
Yeah. I did see the white uniform.
So no armor or anything as far as I know. No weapons.
Wow.
He might have like a blaster on him, maybe. But, I mean, that's not that crazy in Star Wars, having a blaster on you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's got one, Yeah, but it's, we got the villains of the show so far that we do know were barely in the episode.
Yeah. It ended on Ray Stevenson's character.
Yeah, he was the last shot for like a moment, and I don't know what they're setting up. I can't. Yeah. It almost felt like
the music got like grand and stuff.
Yeah.
And it felt like he was gonna ignite his lightsaber again for some reason or something.
Right.
To me, I was like, "What's happening?"
And then he didn't.
Fighting or something.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. It was just
staring out into the distance. Yeah. It was very strange. We did though. We got our first line of dialogue from our mystery character.
We did, yes.
As you wish.
As you wish.
Very robotic.
Definitely,
deep.
It sounded male to me.
Yeah, and then you know what they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
We know how this goes.
It sounded male and robotic to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the issue there is we know how that goes. Oh, it sounds male. Turns out to be a female character. It's not a gender is not a reveal, Save that for babies, gender reveal party.
But it's interesting that this character is like, as you wish. It's like a dog.
Like a, yeah.
Yeah. Like just following orders.
Obeying commands.
Interesting.
Which
be someone against their will, possibly.
Possibly Ezra, the character they've been talking about the entire time, that we probably won't see until the very end of the show.
Or counter, maybe it's just someone that's like damaged and kind of Darth Vader-y, where they're like robotic-ish and stuff.
It's very maybe it's Jared Leto when he he takes the mask off and he says damaged on his forehead. No! I'm gonna hurt you really, really bad.
Oh no!
I don't know though. It's only 3 episodes in. It's got time to really surprise me. Just isn't there yet. But it is the first time that we've been mentioned of a new galaxy within Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So they talked about possibly the ring that they're building or whatever being able to travel galaxies.
Wow. Go to the Marvel Galaxy.
Yeah, the Marvel Galaxy. Bro, that'd be crazy. Darth Vader versus whoever.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. That'd be crazy.
How does that work? He's seen the movies. He knows how he works. So it's like, how's that work?
I don't know.
Snap his neck immediately. Yeah, Ahsoka's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, we can jump into our game this week.
Game.
Yeah, give me that game. Give me that game. We're gonna name off 3 to 4 actors and try to guess. We're gonna have to try to guess what movie they're from, what movie it's specifically supposed to be.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and start off. What movie? Lay one on me. Lay some actors on me.
All right. I'm going to start off with Chukwudi Iwuji, Ian McShane, and Lawrence Fishburne.
I wasn't aware that Chukwudi was in anything else. Ian McShane.
Thank you, Letterboxd.
Bro, I did that too. I was like, yeah, thank you. Okay, so Chukwudi, Ian McShane. Who's the last one?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. Is it a Matrix movie?
No.
It's not. Okay, wait. What else has Chukwudi been in? I don't know anything else that he's been in. Just given the most menacing, like, I've won. I don't know. I don't know this one.
It is John Wick 2.
Chukwudi Iwuji's in it?
Yes, he is in John Wick 2.
Okay.
He's like a very side supporting role or whatever.
Well, I thought it was I was like, it's not John Wick. He's not in John. Okay. All right, I guess
he's in a small little bit role, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, how about
Let's get it.
Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, this is definitely The Departed for sure.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's a good movie, man. That's a banger.
I still got to watch. I have to watch I only have to watch 2 of the ones that I've chose. So
Okay. I believe you've watched almost all of mine.
Okay. I know you've watched all these because I went onto your Letterboxd page and I was like, I just did what you watched.
Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks, and Jeffrey Wright.
What? This is a very interesting lineup of actors. But I don't. No, I do. It's Asteroid City. Yep.
It is indeed Asteroid City.
Wes Anderson movies are interesting because like a lot of those actors like never are on screen together.
Yeah.
So it's so funny that's yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Hopper, and Jeff Daniels.
Speed.
Damn. Yeah, that was. I think that was the one. That was like the one that I was like, he won't remember this.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Let's go Christian Bale, Matt Damon, and John Bernthal.
Oh. Christian Bale, Matt Damon, and John Bernthal. I don't know that are Matt Damon and Christian Bale and Matt Damon are in a movie together, Thor: Love and Thunder, but that's not what it is. John Bernthal, is it Is it Fury? It's not Fury. What is it? I don't.
John Bernthal is in Fury.
Yeah. Matt Damon, John Bernthal. I don't know.
It's Ford v Ferrari.
All right, I resign.
I forgot John Bernthal was in that.
I did
to
too.
be fair, but Christian Bale, Matt
I
Damon.
completely forgot. Bro, I forget that it's Matt Damon and Christian Bale. Like, it's like, they're so good, I just forget that they're in that. Wow. That was a good one. Matt Damon, another Matt Damon. Matt Damon, Jessica Chastain, Donald Glover, and Sean Bean.
The Martian.
No way. This is another movie that has such a large cast of people that we know that it's like you could choose any one. It'd probably be a little difficult to figure out which movie. That's crazy. Okay, all right. I'm probably not gonna get this next one. Hopefully, I get it, but
Okay.
I'm not off to a good start.
Matt Damon,
Oh my God! What?
Sebastian Stan, and Kate Mara.
The Martian.
I had Matt Damon, Jessica Chastain, and Sebastian Stan, but as soon as you said that, I was like, I'll switch out Chastain to make it a little bit more.
Yeah. Wow,
I had The Martian too.
that's so good. That's a great movie, though.
Bro, Matt Damon, dog. He's in so many movies.
I can't believe we chose what? I chose 2. You chose 2.
Yeah, we both chose 2 Matt Damon movies.
That's crazy. Dave Bautista, Jonathan Groff, and Rupert Grint.
Oh, this is a Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah. Yep. Dang, you're doing fucking good.
I'm decent with names.
Yeah.
This one I feel like you'll get.
Okay.
John Hamm,
Okay.
Kevin Spacey,
Okay.
and Jamie Foxx.
Baby Driver.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Good old our good friend Kevin Spacey. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Evil motherfucker. Evil dude. Tom Hardy, Jonathan Groff. Oh, nope, sorry. I just read the wrong one. Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams, and Woody Harrelson.
Oh, Venom. Let There Be Carnage?
Actually, it's the first Venom movie. It's the
Is
first.
it the first one?
Well, Let There Be Carnage is the second one.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson is a main character in that, but he's also in the first movie.
Oh, okay.
So that was oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's the first one. No, but that counts. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Nice. Okay. Got Jared Leto, Edward Norton, and Brad Pitt.
Adding Jared Leto in there like he's a big character. It's Fight Club. Dude, I love that he's like in the main credits. He's like, it's like Brad Pitt. Is Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, Haley Bottom Carter, and then Jared Leto, and he's got like one line.
He gets beat up by
Yeah, he gets beat. He gets the shit beat out of him. Oh, I think I'm no, I have 2 more. Christian Bale, Amy Adams, Bradley Cooper, and Jeremy Renner.
Oh, this is American Hustle.
Yes, it is. It is.
That's a cast that sticks out for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you've seen this movie. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you've seen this one. But this one, pretty interesting cast regardless. Okay. Johnny Depp, Alfred Molina, and Isla Fisher. Johnny Depp is the lead. I'll say that.
I feel like he's always the lead, though. It's like, why is Johnny Depp in your movie if he's not the lead? Okay, is it is it one of the Pirates of the Caribbean?
No. Although I think Molina might be in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's because I was thinking of the guy that's like dead or whatever. He's like dying. He's like flaky. I don't know. I've never seen the movies.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think I know this one. Isla Fisher, Johnny Depp, Alfred Molina. I feel like that's such a cast that I would remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait. Is it Rango?
It is Rango, yes.
Why? Who does Alfred Molina play?
I believe he plays like the old, like, kind of corrupt, like, sheriff guy or whatever, or like the mayor guy. I think. I'm not sure.
I didn't realize he was in that.
Yeah, he is. I was so surprised when I saw it on Letterboxd.
Wow.
And
I was
Isla
so
Fisher,
close.
she plays the like main like jittery girl. Or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
I was so ready to give up on that one, but I was like, wait.
That was good.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Then this is the last one for me. Ben Stiller. Oh, what?
He plays the roadkill, actually. The armadillo that has like the tire market and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay. So my last one is Ben Stiller, Robin Williams, and Rami Malek.
Ben Stiller, Robin Williams, and Rami Malek.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Night at the Museum.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Nice. I haven't watched those in a long time, but
it's been a minute for me too.
those are some good movies.
They are, yeah.
I remember them.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was fun.
That was really fun.
That's going on the list. We'll do again.
Getting our brain noggin on.
Making us think.
Our thinking caps.
Yeah. No, everyone knows we need to be able to think. Yes. Our thinking caps, yes. Well, then we can hop into what do we watch? What's our recommendations for the week? Or our non-recommendations? What do you stay away from?
Yeah.
You can go ahead and start.
Okay. Start off with Get a Job. Very interesting movie with Miles Teller, Anna Kendrick, Nicholas Hoult. Or not Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Braun. Christoph Mintz. Something, the guy who plays McLovin and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that guy. Pretty decent cast. Even Bryan Cranston, he's in there too.
Wow.
And the movie, like, so it's like a comedy movie, like follows like a mid-20s like couple about like kind of navigating like through the modern, even though the movie was like 2013 or 2014.
Yeah.
But modern kind of like job atmosphere and stuff like that. And also Bryan Cranston's character is also navigating it like through like an older age and stuff like that, giving that perspective throughout the movie. The problem is though is that the story just isn't that interesting. Like it set like the end message of it is like to not like settle for like a job that you're like miserable in or whatever, like. But the problem is that, like, the main guy kind of started that way in the first place and then, like, went full circle back to that place as his, like, character arc, essentially, which was just kind of like...
It's a very weird character arc.
And, I don't know, the comedy was just... It was all right. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just more so, like, the actors, I guess, like, riffing off each other and stuff like that. And, like,
yeah,
yo, this is crazy stuff happening, like... He's drinking deer cum, like stuff weird.
What?
Yeah, weird stuff like that. There was definitely some weird moments and stuff in there, but I don't know. Beyond that, it was like just all right.
Yeah.
I think I ended up rating it like a 3.5 or something because the story was just very one-dimensional and wasn't really going for a whole lot and it just didn't really connect with me. I guess that much. And the comedy.
Yeah,
I didn't really prefer the comedy as much either, I guess.
Huh.
So yeah, that was Get a Job.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Well, my first one up is Dinner for Schmucks, which this is a weird one because I honestly I kind of like this one, but it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not. It's I think I ended up rating about a 4 out of 10, but I genuinely like it. It's kind of a guilty pleasure, even though it's not necessarily like a terrible, like everyone hates it, oh, I'm ashamed to like it kind of thing. It's literally just that it's like not very good, but I like it. And it's so the gist of it is it's Paul Rudd and Steve Carell. Paul Rudd plays this businessman that literally undisclosed job. I don't know what it is that he does. High business suit job basically. And he is invited to this dinner, a work dinner, which is to invite it's to invite an idiot. It's to invite an idiot to a dinner party, and they make fun of him. And so his character runs into Steve Carell, and Steve Carell is an idiot. And he gets dead mice taxidermied, and he makes little figures and set pieces with them. It's honestly a very kind of heartwarming. It's strangely wholesome. It's like a strangely wholesome film in some ways. But this movie is so if you've ever wanted a movie about Brick Tamlin from Anchorman, Steve Carell's character in Anchorman, if you've wanted a whole movie about Brick Tamlin, this is the movie to watch because he is an idiot. He's so stupid. But it's very heartwarming. Very easy to watch. There's some pretty good jokes in here. I found one of my favorite comedy bits in this, which is this chick throws a wine bottle at Steve Carell, and he catches it midair without even looking, and then he just pretends to just drink it. He just It's just so stupid, and I love that bit. I love that so much. Paul Rudd is strangely one of the weakest parts of the movie. He's not very interesting. He's not very funny. He's purely there to be like, Steve Carell, you're an idiot. He's like the only reason he's there. Well, I mean, he's there because he's the main character, but he's there story wise or entertainment wise to be like, you're so stupid and I hate you. Yeah. The character conclusion of that character of the story is really cheesy, where he tells his girlfriend that, or he like basically spews out everything that he loves about his girlfriend, and she's standing right behind you. You know, she heard it all, everything.
Right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, literally. She's right behind me, isn't she? Yeah, it's literally that. But it's fine.
Yeah.
It's I enjoy it, and Zach Galifianakis is in this one. I watched Hangover, and then I watched this, and I didn't realize that Zach Galifianakis was in this. And I'm not gonna lie, I might need more Steve Carell, Zach Galifianakis being stupid with each other, because that's probably my favorite part about the movie is the confidence in both these idiots who think that they're or one thinks that they're really good, and one thinks that they're like nothing.
Yeah.
And so Zach Galifianakis is like, I'm controlling your mind right now. I'm doing everything to you. You cannot get away from my power. It's pretty funny. It's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I can recommend it if you want an actually like entertaining piece of media that's just dumb fun.
Yeah.
But it's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb.
Right. Well, up next I got Coraline.
Hell yeah.
A movie I kind of grew up on a little bit. Grew up on it, I mean, like, I watched it, like, a couple times, and it had, like, a lasting kind of impact on me, I guess. And then I kind of forgot about it for a while. Mm-hmm. And then, obviously, watching it again, I was kind of surprised about some of, like, the, like, story elements and stuff that it has and stuff. Because I thought I remembered it being as, like, looking back on it, like, growing up before I watched it, I was like, oh, I thought it was kind of like a damn, your mom kind of sucks kind of movie. But it's really not at all. It
isn't, yeah.
Because the whole other mom and stuff like that is supposed to, like, it literally makes Coraline, like, be able to, like, see and appreciate, like, all the stuff that her mom, like, does for her and stuff like that. And that's what's really great about Coraline, is that it's actually, like, very, like, pro your parents, I guess, like that, I guess you could say, because it acknowledges like the struggle of parenting, like with like having to deal with like your job and like finances and parenting and all that stuff and juggling all that together. And it also shows like it from a kid's point of view, obviously.
Right.
So it's not like it's obviously like sometimes turned a blind eye too quickly and stuff like that because it is the kid's point of view. That's what they are seeing and stuff like that,
Yeah.
But the other mom and stuff like that, even though like this other family gives her everything that she wants and stuff like that, like they have like cupcakes and pizza for like dinner and stuff like that every night.
Mm-hmm.
It's still obviously like too good to be true and stuff like that, because that's not that's not a nutritious kind of way to have dinner or anything like that,
at all. Yeah,
that's not good parenting.
Yeah.
And and I don't know, I think that I think that the themes there really connect with like older audiences as well. And I think you can really recommend it to like families specifically, because like younger audiences really like the like more so like scarier and visual aspects and stuff like that. And I won't lie, the visual aspects are a big part of it. The beautiful like stop motion work. One of the best stop motion films I think that I've seen in terms of how it interacts with like the backgrounds and stuff like that, and how everything moves. And not only that, but like just the atmosphere and the tone of the entire like story, just like actually like seeing it and stuff like that. The very like gloomy and like foggy kind of atmosphere, and it's a very surreal and interesting, like, and kind of unique film to look back on and watch now as like a more matured audience member and stuff like that. And I definitely think that it's a great movie to recommend for varied audiences because of the layered storytelling and because of the horror moments and stuff like that, and the scary and the all those moments as well. And I ended up rating it 4 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd, and on Instagram I think I gave it a 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, just a very good childhood kind of movie that lived up to exactly kind of how I remembered it in terms of the quality and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's a movie that is, like you said, very easy to recommend to pretty various difference in age. Yeah. Probably not like a little kid, just because it's the visuals and like visuals. They're pretty haunting. Yeah. It's surprisingly, every time I see someone like, oh man, this movie gave me nightmares when I was a kid, I was like, I don't really remember it being that scary. Yeah. Watching it more recently, it's like, this is pretty haunting looking.
Yeah, it is decently scary.
Yeah. But it's amazing stop motion animation. Yeah. Leica, the studio that made this. Yeah. Probably the most underrated animation studio out there, because they constantly produce bangers and nobody sees them. And the people that do see them, it's basically a cult classic of studios. It's like a studio cult classic. They constantly put out good shit though. Missing Link, that's Zach Galifianakis again, and Hugh Jackman. Great movie, amazing movie. I gotta rewatch that one. But Paranorman, what else? There's a bunch. Koba and the Last String, or the two strings, I think. Anyways, great, constantly producing good movies. Awesome. And Coraline it's a great movie. Yeah, I love great. Coraline. I gotta rewatch that one, but that's a banger right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, continuing on with the Breaking Bad from last week, I watched season 2, and it's all I can say is this show just gets better. It just gets better. Where to start? Okay, I've pretty much met everybody now. I think this is the season I think most of the characters have come in. I've met Saul, Gus, and Mike Ehrmantraut, Walter.
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. So to start off, Saul, incredible. A great, a much needed addition, because it's very nice to have that character that is basically the audience. That's basically being like, yo, this shit is crazy, but I want in. You know, it's like, he's like, it's very strange. He's not an equal necessarily to Walt as a back and forth. They're very different, but they keep up with each other. Yeah. And Bob Odenkirk almost runs over Bryan Cranston in all their scenes. He almost is like just trampling him. He's like, I'm not gonna let you say a single thing. I'm gonna take the scene over. That's how it kind of feels. But it's he's great. Bob Odenkirk is wonderful so far. Gus is. I don't have much to say about Gus because he's not done much so far. But from what has happened, I already know I'm gonna love him. He is the equal to Walt so far. I already feel it. That diner scene in Los Pollos Hermanos.
Welcome to Los Pollos Hermanos.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't think I can help you at all, or I don't think you can help me at all. And he's like, I think I can. You know, that's a great scene. And then Mike. I've only seen him once so far. He helped clean up a crime scene in a pretty fun way, but it was I have no opinion on him yet.
Yeah.
But man, I cried. The season hit me because the love of my life is in this show, Kristen Ritter. I'm just kidding, but Kristen Ritter is in this season, and wow. She is she's great. She gives I know Kristen Ritter from Jessica Jones only. Like, I have never seen her in anything else, but I knew she was in this. I knew she played Jane and was Jesse's girlfriend. That's I don't want to spoil what goes on with this character, but she is great, and I was bawling. I was bawling in those final few episodes.
Yeah. So you've seen the thing.
Yes. Yeah. Hard watch.
Yeah.
Hard watch. And Walt just standing there.
It's a big moment for him.
It's
a big moment for his character and everything.
It's so upsetting because he's right there. He can just do something.
Funny. Okay, so beautiful thing about this episode that I love, the episode that unfortunately happened.
Yes.
At the beginning of the episode, his baby was choking up, choking up on like vomit or whatever and stuff, on puke, and he turned her on her side, and like you're supposed to do and everything, and
perfectly mirror imaged.
Yeah, perfectly.
I noticed that immediately. I was like, oh, you can't do this right now. It's hard to watch, but this season, and I know it'll only get worse for Jesse.
Oh gosh.
But so far, he's like one of the most tragic characters ever.
Oh my gosh.
Like, first season was like, okay, he's been done very wrong.
Yeah.
But this season, and I know it gets worse, but this season specifically so far, as I've seen, it is just this poor guy. He did not. I mean, I know he was already in the shitter when he was, introduced. His life was already pretty crap, but it's just getting horrible. And the moment it looks good, the moment it looks good, it's just not. I love Aaron Paul, man. I fucking love Aaron Paul.
But there's one scene in a later season I can't wait for you to see with Jesse in like a hospital. And he's like yelling at Walt, I think. It's literally might be the best acting on TV
you think
that
so?
I've ever seen. Yeah.
He is amazing. He's fantastic. He's going to be in a movie. I actually forgot. He's going to be in a sci-fi film coming out soon. I just learned about this. Yeah.
I have to watch that.
Yeah. But yeah, season 2 is great. Some I'm trying to think of some other big stuff that happened in this season. Well, Skylar at the end leaves.
Yeah.
It's she knows he's got to lie, and what a way to end the season with a plane crash.
Yes.
Oh
my gosh.
The season finale, not a bad episode at all, but it's a strange season finale. It almost felt like for me, it almost felt like there should have been another episode.
So with the plane crash, so you know that that Walt kind of indirectly caused that plane crash as well.
Because of the whole
situation of him not doing a particular thing, which caused someone else not to do a particular thing, and planes ended up crashing. Pretty crazy, man.
Every oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I love this show.
Oh yeah.
I love this show. It's just getting better and better. Hank is also he's getting some character development here with some PTSD with Tuco.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I thought Tuco was a big character. And he is.
Yeah.
He is a big character. But he's only in 3 episodes.
Yeah. He's way more fleshed out in Better Call Saul, it feels like.
Okay. Well, yeah, because he's a Salamanca.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
Salamancas are pretty prevalent in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
I mean, they are in Breaking Bad, but in Better Call Saul more so.
Right. And there's a line when Saul gets caught by Jesse and Walt.
Yeah.
When he's taken out to the desert and they take him to the grave area, and he goes, "Oh, are you here? I swear I told Lalo or whatever,
Yeah.
And I already know because I know who Lalo Salamanca is. But that line, I'm imagining myself as someone who is watching Breaking Bad and knows nothing of it. It's come out for the first time. I'm like, that line would make no sense.
Yeah.
And it won't for another, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
It's
I actually haven't even got to the Lalo part of Better Call Saul. No, I kind of dropped Better Call Saul for a while because I kind of was got into watching more movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't get that far. He's introduced in the later seasons, like the last 2, I think.
Okay.
Maybe even the last 1.
Oh wow.
But
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a fun little
Yeah.
teaser right there that originally probably wasn't a teaser. It was probably just a funny line, kind of a crazy this guy's got some
side
character.
Dark sides.
Yeah. Very strong season. I think it is. I wouldn't say it's weaker than season 1. I think season 1 is a lot more memorable.
Yeah.
But season 2, man, it just keeps going.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And with Jesse, that episode where that's another thing I wanted to touch on is the episode where he goes to the meth house to get that couple that stole their meth. That robbed the guy. That whole episode is great, but the feeling of that episode, and also specifically more so this season as it gets grosser and more grimy and sick. I'm getting a lot of David Fincher, some inspiration from David Fincher specifically with Fight Club, and it's kind of nice. I'm noticing this is like this one director, some inspiration for sure.
Yeah.
But it rivals that for sure. It rivals that grossness. But yeah, season 2 of Breaking Bad is great. I can't wait for season 3. Cannot wait.
I can't wait for you to see season 3
because I hear a lot of good things about season 3 specifically.
All the later seasons are really great, but season 3 is really good, and then the final season is really really good. But
excited.
But yeah, up next I got a movie called Blue Valentine. This is a drama and romance movie starring Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams as the 2 leads, and they're basically really the only notable actors in the film giving they have like the most dedicated runtime. Like it's almost like the camera's almost always centered around them and stuff like that. And it's like a very realistic kind of love story, I guess. It's like a fairy tale love story, but stripped of the fairy tale and just purely told like through the aspect of like a realistic and like real life couple of people who were once young and like very passionate and stuff in love, and then throughout time and stuff that has kind of died down and stuff as a lot more and stuff. And they have struggled to kind of keep that flame and stuff ignited and keep in love with each other. And maybe they aren't in love with each other. Maybe they fell out of love with each other and stuff like that. And it's very sad and heartbreaking and stuff like that, but it's also really realistic and gives a very accurate and relatable, I think, portrayal of like a struggling like couple throughout like their entire, from the beginning of their relationship to kind of like the conclusion of their relationship. And it kind of gives like a very faithful portrayal of like what that actually seems like and stuff. And Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams both give really, really good performances. They argue, they're very passionate in these performances. Like there's a lot of arguing and sensual, like sexual scenes as well and stuff like that. And they go at it and stuff like that, and both the arguing and like the sexual scenes and stuff. And they I don't know, they very much convey certain emotions and stuff like that with what they really needed to get across and stuff. And I think that even like the sexual scenes really had some like good meaning as well, and they weren't just like nonsense and stuff like that. They actually kind of were these like a man and a woman, or a husband and a wife kind of expressing like this physical love for each other that they haven't been able to like express and stuff like that because of various reasons, work, kids, whatever, and time, just scheduling, whatever. And I don't know, it's very, like I said, it's very sad, but it's realistic. And I think it's very, very truthful and faithful to like what like actual real life couples and stuff like that. Especially those like long term married, like bunch of years, have kids and stuff like that kind of couples. The struggles and stuff that come with that, and not the sunshine and rainbows that come with it. Because of that, like I looked at a lot of the Letterboxd reviews and stuff, and a lot of people did come out with a more like cynical, and even watching it, you do come out with a more like cynical like kind of view on like love, kind of thinking like, well, what's the point in the first place if like it might like if it's bound to end or whatever. But I don't think that that's necessarily what it's like going for, or it definitely is being cynical and festering in that kind of pool of cynicism and stuff like that. And but it's not like it's really because that there is too much of the we're oversaturated with movies of the extreme positives of every all the like sunshine and rainbows of relationships and love like that and stuff like that, that we have to have these like more cynical movies that kind of balance stuff, that kind of balances things out. I think it's a really great movie. I rated it a 4.5 on Letterboxd and a 9 out of 10 on Instagram. It's a very emotional and touching movie and stuff, and it was another really good Ryan Gosling performance. I
course.
really love it. I really love his filmography.
Yeah.
Just genuinely, his performances are always pretty shocking one way or another. And then Michelle Williams, I think, between Manchester by the Sea, The Fabelmans, and then now this, I think she's definitely one of my favorite like actresses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She always turns in a really good performance, it seems like.
Yeah, she's fantastic in The Fabelmans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, that was a very, very good movie. I thought that definitely would recommend to anyway. It's not too long. I think it's right around 2 hours, and it's a good one though.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good one.
Nice.
Up next, I got a movie called Crimson Peaks, which is a Guillermo del Toro movie starring Tom Hiddleston, Jessica Chastain, and her name's Mia. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it's the girl who played Alice in the live action Alice in Wonderland movie.
Okay.
Mia Wal. Wait for it to load. Mia Wasikowska.
Okay.
Yeah. She's the lead, and it's like so Del Toro, he's known for like his horror films and stuff like that. This is like one of his horror films and stuff that he made, came out in 2015.
Okay.
And it's like a fantasy kind of horror film and stuff like that. It kind of has like that gothic kind of setting and stuff like that, and in terms of what it goes into like the second half of the movie, and it relies on like some supernatural horror and some gothic elements of horror and stuff like that, with kind of a more classic kind of violin score that kind of resembles like more classic horror movies. And stuff like that. The camera itself, I think, like the camera work and stuff is pretty stylized as well. There's some pretty cool like scene transitions, like there's some pretty cool like iris shots, which is where like the like camera like zooms in real close. Well, not zooms in, but like the like lens kind of comes in or whatever. Like in Looney Tunes, they did a lot in Looney Tunes where like the black screen comes real in and it circles around one character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it does that for like scene transitions a lot of the time, like transitioning fully into one scene. And it's a pretty like cool, like fast way to get over to the next scene. And there's some pretty cool like fades as well.
Yeah.
Some simple like scene fades, which are pretty well done and stuff. I thought the editing in general was pretty well done, and the special effects of like the paranormal stuff was all really well made and stuff like that. Yeah, none of the CGI was like bad or anything. It really was some pretty good CGI. And there wasn't really a whole lot of jump scare moments per se. Like I didn't find myself really that scared, but there were some like gruesome and kind of brutal like death scenes and stuff.
Okay.
So there was more so some more enjoyment from that factor, I guess, rather than purely like jump scares and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How scared I was, but more so just being shocked by some of the brutal things that were happening on screen and stuff like that. And there were some very, very interesting deaths and stuff. And the story itself isn't that crazy. It's like it's kind of like the things we do for love kind of story. And it's like it's okay. I mean, it's an all right story, and it has twists and turns throughout and stuff, but overall, I think the main thing that was holding up for me is the stylization of it all, and the performances, specifically from Jessica Chastain, who is definitely the standout, and then Tom Hiddleston, who is right below her, I think, and them two give very, very good performances. And then Mia, the lead, gives a pretty decent one as well, and then Charlie Hunnam is like a very supporting role, and they're all pretty good though together. And I actually give this one a 3.5 on Letterboxd and a 7 on Instagram. It was nice. It was a good horror movie.
Nice.
It's a good fantasy horror movie, and it's actually my first Del Toro movie as well.
Okay.
So
nice.
Will be interesting to see more of his stuff.
Yeah.
And then my last movie is a Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson
classic.
Oh yes. Anger Management from 2003, I believe.
Sounds right.
So this was an interesting movie because I remembered this movie. I thought this movie was like one of the only like Adam Sandler comedy movies that like were actually like that kind of stood out amongst the rest.
Okay.
At least that's how I thought back on it, right?
Okay.
Watching it though, I kind of realized it doesn't really stand out.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't really stand out that much at all.
Yeah.
From the Adam Sandler stuff. In fact, I'll go as far to say this: Jack Nicholson is the only entertaining part of this movie. Like, it's pretty bad. Like there are some other bits that are funny here and there. Like John Turturro, he has some pretty good bits here and there where he's like he has like PTSD from like Vietnam or something like that, and he's smoking, and he's in the anger management classes with them and stuff like that.
Is that the guy that's in the jacket, or is that?
Yeah, I think it's the guy. Yeah,
in the black jacket.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He has some funny bits. There in general, there are some decent bits here and there, but Jack Nicholson was the only like performance that I felt like was really hitting anything for me. Yeah. Even Adam Sandler trying to be this like have this like undertone of like implosion rage kind of feel to him didn't really have all that to me.
Right.
Kind of just felt like he was more of like a baby.
Yeah.
Like a lot of his roles seemed to like, kind of fall under. And I don't know, it just didn't really hit that well for me.
The opening, or not the opening, but literally the entire plot revolving around the fact that he just like on an airplane, like just asking a question.
Yeah.
And
that whole scene.
Yeah.
I get that was like, eventually it's revealed that was like actors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like, even still, it's like, that was bad, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole
can
thing.
I get my headset, ma'am? Sir, did you just touch me? I will say though, when the one guy came in, the black dude, and he was like, "Sir, we will not tolerate any racism on this plane. This is a difficult time for our this is a difficult time for our country right now."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, what's wrong with you people? You people, sir." You need to come to the back with me.
Yeah.
that was kind of a funny bit, but even still, it was way too over the top.
Yeah.
It was still way too over
and for it to be the driving force of the movie of why it happens.
Yeah, the plot.
You could tell that they wrote that as like a... Well, not that they definitely did, but it kind of feels like they might have wrote this to be like a skit, like a one-in skit where it's like guy is not upset and these guys come and like... You need to calm down, and then he really gets upset.
Yeah.
But to have that be your driving force of like why the movie happens, for it to be so unbelievably stupid and not logical, it's so dumb.
Bro, I also found out at the end of the movie, he like gets Marissa Tomei by like storming on like Yankee Stadium or whatever, and like proclaiming his love for her. Apparently, like the guy who like lets him on the field or whatever, the like business guy, the owner of the Yankees or whatever, that was like he was like, you know what, let that man on for no reason, literally for no reason. He goes, you know what, let that man on the field.
Just no reason at all.
And then Adam Sandler, he goes, you're the man. And then they even cut away to like a bar watching him, and they go, yeah, that dude's the man, bro. This dude was apparently like friends with like Jeffrey Epstein or something like that.
What? Oh no! Oh nah.
Some very bad. I found out about that after the movie. I was like, yeah, definitely not the man.
Oh nah.
Bro.
Oh no! It's like when Harvey Weinstein shows up in a movie. You're like, no, get him out,
bro. Anytime the Weinstein like company thing,
the logo shows up.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But no. Anchorman, it wasn't as good as I remember it being.
Yeah.
It is still, it's better than Click.
Minimum,
I guess. I think I ended up giving this a 2.5 on Letterboxd, and I think a dead on 5 out of 10. I think on Instagram. It's funny in some bits. has
Yeah.
aged horribly in other bits.
Yeah.
And overall, it's just kind of
Yeah. Have you seen or not have you seen, but are you a fan of any other like Sandler comedies specifically that are pretty dumb but also like classics?
I don't know. So Punch Drunk Love. I really like Punch Drunk Love.
But that's more that was like more of his like first dramatic role.
Yeah. The Wedding Singer was pretty good.
Yeah, that's not as dumb
Yeah,
as
not
other-
as
it's,
dumb, yeah. I don't know. I don't really like I don't really like a lot of his like dumber roles like that, I guess.
I think it's fun every now and then, but it does get
They're
stale.
They're okay movies to like pop in, you know, and entertain yourself with, but definitely not like anything I would go out of my way. I don't think. To watch.
They're not even like it's hard because Adam Sandler's so good. He's hilarious. He's a hilarious guy, and he's a great dramatic actor.
When he really wants to be, he is a amazing dramatic actor. It's crazy. He just doesn't want to be a lot of times. You know?
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, he wants to be. You know, it's his career. Obviously,
Yeah.
He wants to play. He wants to do whatever he wants to do. But it just sucks because we know, you know, some of them dramatic roles and stuff that he could be doing and stuff.
Yeah,
and
there's a movie that I plan on watching called Reign Over Me, with Adam and Don Cheadle, and it's a very dramatic role. And he apparently is phenomenal. And I've seen clips, and it looks like a movie that'll break me. It looks like I'll be bawling the entire time.
Hey, man.
But, yeah. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week to the Cinemaniacs podcast. We surely appreciate you stopping by today. If you would like to find us elsewhere, you can find us on our Instagrams. I am at Maceo Movies.
I'm at Loda Reviews.
You can also find us on Instagram at Cinemaniacs Podcast. You can find us elsewhere, other ways, other places. But yeah, we will catch you guys in the next episode of the podcast.
See ya.
See you later.
The Cinemaniacs podcast.